Maritime spatial planning is meant as a tool to manage the use of our seas and oceans in a safe, efficient, and sustainable way. To be able to ensure this, governments and users of, in our case, the North and Baltic Sea, need to work in an integrated cross-border way when planning and managing existing and new emerging activities at sea. In short, a sea basin approach is key. All these activities come together in the development of a sustainable blue economy. A blue economy that not only considers economic aspects but also seeks a social and ecological balance. Multi-use at sea as a basic principle can help realize this needed balance while implementing an overarching approach to manage our seas and oceans. A healthy, sustainable blue economy can only thrive in a healthy ecological environment. This is why applying the precautionary principle is essential. This relates to existing, often economic activities, but also to future developments. Getting a good idea on cumulative impacts of existing and new activities is needed to be able to make the right decisions and stay within ecological boundaries. Climate change, since definitely having influence on these boundaries, should be taken into account. For this, we need data, and preferably data that is easy to access, that is transparent and coherent across borders. As we all know, impacts of activities can have effects that exceed our own borders. Besides data on ecology, we also need to gather data on socio-economic aspects, since coastal communities depend on economic activities for their livelihood and prosperity. Having made policy decisions that affect the blue economy and ensuring that these activities don't exceed ecological boundaries, we need to determine whether the intended impacts will be achieved. Therefore, the gathered data needs to be monitored and evaluated. This will give us the opportunity to make adjustments if needed at the end of each eMSP period, or mid-term if the circumstances require it. All these steps need input from all relevant stakeholders, whether it be governments themselves, research institutes, NGOs, or businesses. A community of stakeholders that shares an interest and a passion for the North and Baltic Sea and learn to make the best choices possible. This all comes together in eMSP MBSR, Emerging Maritime Spatial Planning for the North and the Baltic Seas region.